to. Hi everybody and welcome to today's CPD building webinar. I'm your host Ruby McGuire, Head of CPD and owner of Rock Your Fabulous Biz. And today I am with Liza McMurtry, who's a success mindset and conscious expansion coach, an accredited senior coach with IAPC&M. Lisa helps her clients to transform their mindset and energy to allow them to be energetically aligned to manifest their goals. I am particularly excited about today because I love all this kind of thing. So passionate about helping others to reach their goals, Lisa uses her knowledge and expertise to support female entrepreneurs to create success in their business as well as transform their lives. So we're going to have a 1 hour call, 45 minutes with a 15-minute Q&A at the end, and I'll field questions throughout in the chat box. And today, one little thing I'd like to share with Lisa, because we like to share little quirky things about our speakers. And today I'd like to share that Lisa uses dance to activate her energy before her discovery calls, which is a really great way to do things. So it's time to sit back, take notes and enjoy. And I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Lisa.
Thank you so much. I had completely forgotten I'd put that down, the quirky point. So welcome everybody and thank you so much. I see lots of faces here who I know. So thank you ladies. Thank you so much for coming in and supporting me, as I said earlier on. And we've got Carl here as well. So we've got a gorgeous gentleman. Hey Carl. I'm super nervous, super excited, but what I did beforehand was I activated my own energy. So I went through some meditations, I did some journaling, I sat with my notes, I went outside in the garden, and then I danced, which was my quirky secret. And that's something that I share with all of my clients, because when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, which is what I'm going to talk about today with goals and goal setting. When we step outside of our comfort zone, the system kind of freaks out. It gets scared. It's a normal reaction. And something like dance can really shift that energy from fear to excitement. So it's something I do all of the time when I'm feeling nervous. I teach my kids it and I bring it into my own coaching with my own clients, and just helps them really kind of take their own nerves, like what I'm experiencing right now, and just shift it, because it's all about shifting energy so that we can really achieve what we want to achieve and get out there and make the impact that we want to make, whatever that impact might be. So welcome everybody. My name is Liza McMurtry. I live in Yorkshire, and I was a mental health nurse for many years. I left nursing when I had my children, but as I was explaining earlier on with Ruby, when I left nursing, I left a little bit of me. I didn't realize how much of me was being net through a mental health nurse role, and it was around helping others. So when I left nursing and became a mom, as much as I loved it, I kind of lost me as well. And then 4 years ago, I found out about coaching and looked into it, realized that is what I do, and from there embarked on a coaching business. And now I support entrepreneurs really in creating a success mindset, because we can understand strategy and we can understand goals and we can get clear, but without working on the mindset and the fears that stop us, we just feel as if we're not really fully reaching our potential. And that's where I can come in and support you. So what I'm going to talk about today is more the feminine energy of goal setting and achieving your goals and getting clear and stepping into your visioning. And I suspect most of us on this call will know about goal setting. You know, it's something that's been around for many, many years. It's taught in many different programs on different educational levels. So most of us probably know about goal setting, and we all know about New Year's resolutions. And we might even know about the SMART model. Now, if there's lots of coaches on here, we definitely will know about the SMART model, but other entrepreneurs will probably be aware of that as well. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to stick to my notes, because I can speak a lot and I can speak fast and I can go over time. And I'm very aware that we have an hour, and I would like about 15 minutes, the opportunity for you guys to ask me questions, for me to delve a little bit deeper to support you a little bit more. So I am going to go to my notes a lot just to keep me on track. Okay. So we can use goals and goal setting for life goals and business goals, okay? And it might be something you already do. I suspect most of us will be doing this. And goals and goal setting and getting clear on those goals, they are important. And they're important in business and they're important in life to move us forwards. So we're humans and we're ever evolving and we're ever changing and we're always moving forwards. We're always going towards something. And when we achieve the goal, we go again. It never ends. It's just a part of our human makeup. And really getting clear on what those goals are on a regular basis helps us to keep stepping forwards, keep stepping forwards, keep stepping forwards. So you might, and put kind of comments around your experience with goals and goal setting. But for me, I was always taught, like through all the educations I was done, set yearly goals, set 5-year goals, then set quarterly goals, then set monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. And for me, I enjoy goal setting. I enjoy moving forwards. I like the dopamine hit of achieving small goals. It gives me a kick. It moves me forward. And I like the small goals because they get me into action. But I also appreciate I need to understand the bigger goal, the bigger vision, so that I know what I'm working towards, so that I'm staying aligned to the path that I'm wanting to create. But the standard goal setting approach, which is what I've written here, is often quite masculine in nature. Okay, like the emperor. Okay, if anyone knows of the emperor, he's structured, he's disciplined, he's kind of success action based, and all that's needed. That is needed. The masculine energy of goal setting is very much needed. However, for me, and kind of the way I work within coaching, is goal setting and creating big changes in life and business. It doesn't have to be purely masculine, purely corporate based, purely measurable with to-do lists and deadlines. For me, what can strengthen this and strengthen the success rate towards achieving our goals is opening up that feminine energy, the feminine side of us. So this is kind of bringing in the empress. And when we can create a balance between the feminine energy and the masculine energy of goal setting, what we actually start to bring in with the feminine side is creativity, expression, fertility. So we're bringing things to life. We're bringing our goals alive, and we can do that through visioning and connecting with the vision from a heart space, and then set the goals from there. And when we can set goals from a heart space, what can happen is the vision, the dreams become much bigger than the fears. Now, every time we step outside, every time we set goals, we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. So we're working with a lot of ladies right now who are stepping into being more visible on social media. Well, they're stepping outside of their comfort zone. And what happens when you step outside your comfort zone? The fear activates, the automatic nervous system activates, the nervous system activates because fear is being activated. So when we can create a vision that connects to our hearts, connects to our senses, how we desire to feel, what it smells like, what it looks like, what you hear, what it feels like. When we can connect to our goals from that space, we actually create an energetic web to the steps that we're taking to move this forward. And then with the regular reviewings, with the connection, so again, the masculine and the feminine really does strengthen those goal setting successes. So for me to get started, I'd like you all to think about a goal that you have. So if you've been following me, I asked everybody today to bring a pen and paper. If you haven't brought pen and paper, don't worry, you can put it in the comments. But just let me know what your goal is, or write it down. You don't have to share it. What is your goal, and when would you like to achieve it by? What is your goal? When would you like to achieve it by? And if anyone has any questions at this point, please ask questions, and I'll go into answering some questions before I go into the next step. Just read what Carl said. Thank you. I never know where to start. Brilliant, Alicia. And that is something that's a reality of as well. It's like, well, I don't even know where to start. I'm not sure what this looks like. And where it can start for you is beginning to, you might not be fully clear yet on what the goals are, but you might be able to access how it feels. So if you were to feel at your best on a day-to-day basis, what would that feel like for you? And you can begin to create the clarity through activating how it feels. And when you've got your goals written down and a time frame, so I remember my goal, which was 4 years ago, was I wanted to have a successful coaching business, and I wanted to have that by the end of 2018. So that was my goal. Okay. So then I had to really appreciate what did a successful coaching business look like to me? What did it feel like? How would I feel when I brought that goal into physical reality, when I manifested it? So the next step to think about is, when you've had this goal written down, have a think about, you've got this goal, you've got this date, start to jot down what it is within this goal, what it is that you're doing, maybe what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, maybe what you're doing as the whole goal. So for me, it was, I had a coaching business, so my doing was doing coaching. So think about, what will you be doing within this goal when it's achieved on a day-to-day basis? What time will you be waking up at? Is it a work goal? Is it a family goal? Is it an income goal? What will you be doing when you achieve that goal? What will you have? So for me, my have was, to have a successful coaching business meant that I had a client every day that I was serving Monday to Friday. So I understood that 5 one-to-one coaching clients was actually my goal, because I desired to serve one person on a daily basis. And then I wanted to be creating projects on a daily basis. So this is all the stuff that I would be doing and having within this goal. And then have a think about, well, who do you want to be within this goal? So imagine yourself fully achieving this goal, and who are you within this goal? What emotions are you experiencing? Who have you become in order to reach that goal? Are you feeling empowered? Are you stepping into a leader role? What does a leader look like to you? Okay, she's fair, she's compassionate, but she's strong and she's grounded. What does it look like for you? And when we can really begin to activate the senses to the goals, we begin to bring it to life. And when we begin to bring it to life, it can come to life. Whereas what I often see happen is, we know that when we set goals, we are setting in motion us stepping outside of our comfort zone. So when we're purely masculine with our goals, I want to achieve this by this day, and this is what I'm going to do. What can happen when it's purely that approach is, we step outside of our comfort zone and self-sabotage comes into play. Because self-sabotage is a way for your nervous system, for your subconscious, to keep yourself safe. Because you're stepping outside your comfort zone, we naturally feel uncomfortable. So the fear starts to go, I'm unsafe, I'm unsafe, I'm unsafe. And self-sabotage will show up in our day-to-day life. And we accept self-sabotage because we go, oh my God, I'm too busy. It's self-sabotage. Oh my God, all these obstacles have come in the way. Could be self-sabotage. But we see these as our reality, and we take the reality as truth, and they become the reasons as to why we don't achieve the goals, why we don't continue to step forward to them. So we step outside of our comfort zone. Self-sabotage can come into play if we're not aware. So this is all really about really being intentional about taking these steps forward, because it's trying to keep you safe, keep you nice and warm and cozy in your blanket, and your nervous system's reacting to hold you back, because it's just trying to keep you safe. It's not doing it out of meanness, it's just trying to keep you safe. And when you're in your comfort zone, a lot of you might know this already, you feel the comfort zone feels comfortable, it feels familiar, it feels calm, it likes the routine, it likes the control, it's keeping itself safe, it's releasing dopamine and serotonin, and it's helping us to feel happy. Now, when we step outside of our comfort zone, so when we get clear on our goals, set those goal steps, year goal, quarterly goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, and we start to step outside of our comfort zone, like the ladies, for example, who's doing the visibility challenge with us. And I mentioned that because there's a few on the call with us today. Step outside of the comfort zone. It's unfamiliar territory. And with that can activate anxiety, fear, stress, and the stress response is activated and the stress hormones are released. So we feel safe in our comfort zone and we feel unsafe outside of our comfort zone. So how does this show up in our day-to-day world? Because we'll all experience it. I still experience it now. Yesterday, I could have completely cancelled today because my nervous system was playing all over the place, and it could have been easy for me to walk away today, but I understood. I was just feeling a little bit scared because I was stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I was about to do a presentation for the IAPC&M. Big deal. So I was scared, okay? And I was feeling that. It's very normal. So how does it show up? So one way it can show up is, do you feel like you're working really hard to improve life or business or create success, but it feels like a struggle? Okay, if any of this resonates with you, either put your hand up, say yes in the comments. Yeah, so we've got a few people who say yeah, constantly working hard, constantly hustling, but it just all feels very, very hard. It feels like a struggle. It feels like an uphill battle. You're trying to make this progress, but it's just not really happening, or it feels like it's not really happening. Obstacles show up. You know, little curveballs take place. We could say curveballs happen for the universe to allow us to up level to the space we desire to be, but often we can see these obstacles and we can go, well, I can't do this. I'm too busy. That's an obstacle. We lose time. Inconsistent action. We get all excited. We've got this goal. We're moving forward. And then suddenly we lose. We're just inconsistent with the action. Not finishing projects. Feeling overwhelmed, that's massive. That feeling of overwhelmness when we step outside of our comfort zone is so common, and it feels so real for us when we feel overwhelmed. I just can't do this. I've got no time. I've got this, that, and the other to do. Now I've got this to do. Oh my God, what will people think? The inner critic starts to come in there massively. We lose motivation. And we can go into overaction. So we try and overcompensate, and we go into very masculine energy, overdoing, or we just go into complete avoidance and inaction. And this inner critic is playing out all of the time. I don't know if anyone resonates with any of that. Is that stuff people experience? Yeah, it's so common. It's so common. And what can happen, and is so common, is when we set big goals for ourselves. And I'd love, if anyone wants to share your goals, please do, because I love people sharing their goals. So feel free to share them. What happens when we set big goals, and it's very common, is we suddenly find ourselves becoming very busy, very distracted. And then we let the busy and distracted life, or the busy and distracted business, keep us busy and distracted. And then we forget to take the steps, the forward momentum steps to achieving the goals. And we don't necessarily then give the time, the love, and the attention to the goals. We don't give the time, the love, and attention to our dreams, our desires, our visions. And we disconnect the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. So we're going very much masculine within the busyness and the doingness. But when we can be neglecting the masculine approach to moving towards our goals, and then we can disconnect from our vision and the clarity of our vision and the clarity of the goals, and why, the bigger reason as to why we are pursuing these goals, because big goals often come because of a bigger purpose. If I asked you that now, if I answer this question for me, everybody, if I'm honest, so this is you saying it to yourself, if I'm honest, the reason why I am here on this planet is what? And we can put this in the chat. If I'm honest, the reason why I am here on this planet, So the purpose to why I'm here is to what? And then I'll share mine with you as well. So I can see people scribbling, so I'm just going to let you answer that question. Because this is our bigger vision. We are so much more than, I am so much more than who I am. And I'm here for a bigger reason. And when I can connect to that universal energy of my goals being much bigger than who I am and having such a bigger impact than who I am, whether I'm here or whether I've passed over, that vision is what brings the goosebumps in. That vision is what brings the tears in. That vision is what activates the soul, it activates the heart. And suddenly the goals, the dreams, the desires, the visions become much stronger than the fears that we experience. And if we can appreciate when we step outside of our comfort zone, it's going to be normal and natural for us to experience fear. So that is just one of those things, it's going to happen. But when we can connect to the clarity of the vision, the bigger reason, the bigger purpose, the drive forwards is much stronger. So imagine the fear is the thing that pulls you back into the comfort zone, back away from the big goals, keeps you nice and safe and comfy. When we're fear focused, when we are obstacle focused or being busy focused, we're going back into that old energy. When we can regularly tap into the vision on a yearly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, a daily basis, we're ensuring that energetically we're aligned to moving towards the vision and we can feel ourselves moving forward. So my purpose for being here was, for a long, long time, I didn't believe in myself. That was my nemesis for a long time. And when I began to work on myself and I began to believe in myself, suddenly it no longer became about me. And my vision became about, if I can help people to believe in themselves, they will go out there, do what they're meant to do, and impact in the way that they're meant to impact, and in turn help somebody else to believe in themselves. So my kind of philosophy is, I'm here to help people to help people. And when I get that vision and that activates my heart, it's okay for me to show up on this call today and feel scared. Because even if I impact one person on this call, I've set about my mission, my vision, which is to help somebody, to help somebody, to help somebody. And that ripple effect is where I can help raise the consciousness of the world. And just me speaking about that with you people brings goosebumps to me, brings tears to my eyes, because I've activated the vision within me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Does anyone have any questions so far? I don't know, there's lots of comments there, so I'm not sure if I've missed anything.
A few goals. I know you said you'd like the goals, so a few people have written them. Just trying to get them. If you look at around 11.
Oh, 11. Oh my gosh.
11, yeah, all around there. You've got the goals. So we've got Alicia, to lose another 4 stone by Christmas. And Kate, would like to get a divorce by the end of February. Freedom, happiness and balance. Shari, 20 new clients by September. Hoping I'm not missing anyone. So quite a few. We've just got another new message in that chat.
Amazing. We've got Jane, really interesting, because the goal I wrote down is actually to feel a certain way rather than achieve something tangible. Yeah, absolutely. When we can activate how we desire to feel and allow that to be our focus, the kind of typical law of attraction, what we think, we create, and it's the same with feelings. So begin to look at your life. And so it might be, I'm just throwing this out there, I'm just throwing this word out there. I desire to feel happy. Okay, so what you can do is go, okay, so where is happiness already within my life? Where do I already experience happiness? And when we focus on where it's already there, we then end up activating those emotions on a much more regular basis. So if I wanted to feel confident, where do I currently feel confident in my world? And even if there are just 2 or 3 areas where you just feel happy or you feel confident, if that's that desire of emotion, whatever emotion it may be, look at where that emotion is already present within your life, and then intentionally express gratitude and appreciation for that. Even 2 or 3 times a day, just I'm so happy and appreciative that I find happiness within my children, or I find happiness when I go out and walk the dog, or I find happiness when I'm dancing to music, because it's the way we desire to feel will be present within our world. It's just allowing ourselves to intentionally see it and then remind ourselves daily, and that in itself can allow you to feel how you desire to feel on a much more regular basis. I hope that made sense. Thank you, everybody. So we had a weight loss goal. So think about, so we look at the goal. So I want to lose 4 stone by Christmas. So that's the masculine goal approach that I was speaking about. Very much needed. We need that focal point. I set that with income goals, etc., etc. You know, I want to achieve X by when. And what you can do then to activate your motivation to kind of stay on target and going forward momentum towards that, Alicia, is tap into how you desire to feel when you have reached that 4 stone goal. So picture yourself. So this is kind of where you start to use your senses and you use your language in. So imagining yourself wearing this outfit that you desire to wear at this time of year, and it's Christmas and you've got family around you and you're feeling excited and you're feeling slim and sexy or whatever it might be in this dress. Like when you can activate those emotions daily just through simple visualization, you're ensuring that you're just kind of body pumping the motivation to stay on track. Yeah. Again, Kate, absolutely. Tap into the feelings of freedom, of happiness and balance. And we do have time, so I am going to take people through a visualization where I can actually show you what it feels like to connect to these senses of this goal. And as a gift, I'm going to be recording this visualization and giving it to people on the call as an actual gift as well, so you have it to use, not just from today when I've delivered it to you all, but going forward as well. Not quite sure how I'll figure that one out, but we'll figure that one out, won't we, Ruby?
It's all good.
Is there any more questions? I'll just go down to the bottom before I continue. Thank you all so much. Hey, Nick. Thank you, Paula. Okay, so when we have an energy of fear and the motivation is being impacted and we're not feeling so great and the obstacles are coming in the way, all of that kind of self-sabotage showing up, what can happen is the energy is pulling us back to the old familiar. And when we focus on forward momentum, the vision and the feelings of it, what we're allowing ourselves to do energetically is pull ourselves forward. So we want to bridge the gap. We want to bridge the gap to where we are, to where we desire to be. And so when we bridge the gap between where we are and where we desire to be with goal setting, we can do that. One, with obviously the masculine goal setting, using the SMART approach, for example, or working with somebody and maybe going through like the T-grow with yourself so that you can really get clear on what this goal is and then the obstacles that might be in the way and moving kind of into the action steps. But then weave into that to create the balance, the vision and the connection to the senses, the connection to the emotions. And by doing this, what we're doing is we're tapping into the subconscious mind and we're accessing your true heart's desire. And that true heart's desire, like mine, which is to help people, who will in turn help people, which is the reason why I'm here on this planet. No wonder I didn't believe in myself, because that was a part of my journey to now be in a space where I feel so passionate about helping people to feel good about themselves and helping people believe in themselves, that my purpose that pulls me forward is this vision of somebody 50 people down the line whose life is changed because I helped that first person. And that no longer then becomes about me. So when the fear pops up, my dream is bigger than the fear. So the dreams pull us forwards, the fears pull us backwards. So therefore, the dreams need to be bigger than the fears. And we can create that through goal setting by getting really clear on who we desire to be, what we desire to do, what we desire to have, but more importantly, the visioning and the connection to those goals as well. So before I go into, now, I think everyone's not driving, so I think we're good.
Lisa,
I think we're good to do a visualization.
Oh, sorry, there's a delay. We have got a couple of questions. Would you like to do them now or at the end? What would be better for you?
Absolutely. Yes, let's do them now.
Brilliant. So we've got from Alicia, can you focus on more than one goal at a time, or is it the biggest bang for your buck kind of deal?
Do you know what? It really is about what's important for you, Alicia. That would be my biggest advice. I have lots of goals on the go. But I think that's my quick start personality. It's a part of who I am. So I do work well having a few goals on the go, whereas other people like just to have one focus point, one goal, really work on that, and then move on to the next. Or you might have a big goal, but you might have goals within it, like smaller goals within the big goal. So if you can get like really clear, for example, on this big goal, but there might actually be smaller goals within that. So to bring that into life as an explanation, I had this kind of big goal of the coaching business, but one of the goals within that was being able to invest a percentage of my profit into charity. So there was a goal within the goal. I wanted this coaching business. However, I wanted to be able to take time off in the school holidays. So I was with the children. It's a goal within the goal. So that's how you can, so just sit with those goals. And obviously you're in our group. So if you want to chat about that a little bit more, Alicia, we're more than welcome to kind of take it off the call as well. I hope that bit helps. And someone else might have advice for Alicia there. So if you do, put it in the comments, please, because I'm just keep giving my take on that and someone else might have a take on it. Great learning about masculine and feminine goals. No, and I didn't, Linda. And it was when I really started to bring the feminine energy into the goal setting that I started to see traction quicker. I was that hustler that was doing a lot of work for little results. And I was like, this is just so hard. I'm struggling all of the time. And it was actually when I brought in the feminine and brought them together that I started to see forward momentum. I think the word would probably be more joyous, would probably be the word, with more ease and more flow. Also great to encourage us to focus more on feelings. I love that. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you. I'm going to bring us into our feelings in a minute. Is there any more questions before I continue?
That's all that's there. I thought there were two, actually. It was just the one.
Thank you. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screen up of a nice picture. So you don't have to, if you want to take your screens off, you can do, because I'm aware that this is being live streamed as well. So you might want to block your screens out because you're simply going to sit back, get comfortable, and I'm going to take you through a short meditation, okay? So I'm just going to share a nice screen. If I can share the screen, just so you've got something nice to look at as well. Here we go. Okay. And I'll just move that up. There we go. Okay. So what I want to do with this meditation is simply allow you to begin to visualize the achieving of your goals. And like I said, I will get this recorded and send it to everybody so you have it as a recording as well. But just allow yourself where you are to just become comfortable where you sat. And if you don't feel that comfortable, you might want to just find somewhere else to sit where your back is supported. You could even sit on the floor with your back against a wall. Or if you are comfortable where you sat, just allow yourself to begin to relax and begin to listen to my voice. And just allow your hands to rest comfortably by your side or on your lap. And as you listen to my voice and start to relax, just close your eyes if you haven't already done so, and concentrate on breathing in and breathing out. So just focusing on breathing in and breathing out. And before I start to take you into this visualization, I just want to say thank you for coming on today and gifting your time to me to listen to all that I've had to say. So thank you for that. Now focus on your breath going in through your nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you might notice your shoulders relax. Notice how your chest rises and falls as you breathe in and breathe out. And take your right hand and place it on your chest, just left of center so that it covers your heart. And you're focusing on breathing in nice deep breaths that don't feel forced. They're comfortable, but maybe a little bit deeper than normal. Now I want you to consider that goal that you wrote down earlier. Consider the goal that you want to achieve. The goal that you've maybe given a time frame from. So just focus on the goal or goals, focusing in the future on this goal and you achieving this goal. And see yourself where you are now, sat here breathing, and you're looking towards your future goals. And your future may be in front of you, maybe to the side of you, or it may actually be to the side and in front of you, off maybe in the distance to the left or the right. Look as far into the future as you need to see, and you're seeing yourself achieving this goal. So you're looking far into the future where you're achieving this goal, whether that be in a month, 6 months, a year, whatever it may be. Look forward to this time and just focus on that future goal, because where you are now, focusing into the distance of the future. And now you start to float. So imagine yourself floating upwards and floating forwards towards this goal. And as you're floating towards the goal, all these experiences that you're going to experience, they're flying by you. And you're speeding further into the future. And all these experiences that you're going to experience as you move towards your goal, they're all flying around you, flying by you, to the left of you, the right of you, above you, below you, as you soar and fly towards this goal. And you're now at the point where you've achieved this goal. So beneath you now is this goal. Begin to float down to this goal in the future. It's where you are now. And as you float down and stand, you notice that you're looking at a TV screen. So there's a TV screen in front of you, and it's showing you having achieved the goal on the date that you set out. And it's a big TV screen, and it's taking up all of your vision. So all you can see is this big TV screen. And the sound is amazing, the speakers are amazing. You can fully experience seeing and hearing you achieving this goal. And you can feel and see and hear you celebrating you achieving this goal. I want you to access, how are you celebrating this goal now that you've achieved it? And who are you celebrating with? How are you feeling having achieved this goal and you're celebrating who you're celebrating with? Begin to feel into the experience of you achieving this goal. The colour is bright, the sound is clear. I just want you to turn it all up a notch, ramp it up. Ramp up those feelings that you're experiencing. Ramp up the senses you're experiencing, all that you can see, that you can hear, that you can feel, that you can touch. Allowing yourself to thoroughly enjoy this moment. And you can hear everything around you. And you can even hear what you're saying to yourself. The experience, the emotions, the feelings. It all feels amazing. Absolutely amazing. Feeling into what it feels like now that you've achieved this goal. Now that you're in the future and you're watching yourself achieving this goal. Now take a step into the screen. So you're going to now step into this TV screen and you're going to allow you to become you. So you're no longer necessarily watching you. You have now stepped in and you are now you, and you're stepping into the screen and you've become you. So you're no longer looking at yourself, but you're now looking at it through yourself, through your eyes, through your ears. You're hearing with your own ears, you're seeing with your own eyes, you're thinking with your own thoughts, you're feeling with your own feelings of how it feels now that you've achieved this goal. You're feeling all of the emotions and they're rushing around your body. Feelings are rushing everywhere, all around your body, from your head to your toes, and your toes to your fingers and back up to your head and every place in between. And take a look around you through your eyes and see what you've achieved. See what you've done or what you've succeeded at. The goals that you've created and then stepped into and achieved. Listen to all that's going on around you. Are there people there? Listen to their voices if there is. Hear them with your ears. And I understand what you're saying to yourself now that you've achieved this goal. You might be congratulating yourself, telling yourself this is an amazing moment now that I've achieved all that I desire to achieve. That goal that I set and I stepped into, that my future self, and I allowed this to take place. Well done, you did it. Just say that to yourself now. Say those wonderful words to yourself. And let all these feelings flow through you. These feelings, they're entering the heart space where your hand is right now, placed on your heart. These feelings are entering this heart space. They're moving around your body And they're flowing all over all the parts of your body. Again, from the tips of the toes to the tips of your fingers to your head and all the spaces in between. The emotions of joy, of excitement, of love, of achievement, of feeling proud. Just really take these feelings in, and I want you to just spend a moment to feel these feelings and then just activate them a little bit more. See if you can feel them a little bit more. And as you look around you and see all the things and hear all the noises around you and feel all these emotions, remember right now that you have achieved this, that you have created all of this. You created a goal, an action plan. You went into action and you've now achieved this. How does this goal feel to you? No longer is this simply a goal. This is a goal full of vision, full of connection, full of emotions. How does it feel for you? And I'll just leave you a moment to feel into that feel. You might notice tingles in the body. You might notice feelings in your stomach, your heart. You might even notice tingles around your head, around your forehead, or around the crown of your head. You might be smiling, or suddenly have a deep sense of knowing that this is all possible for you, and today has allowed you to make this real. So now I'm going to bring you back to the room in a moment. But before I do, know that you have achieved this goal and that you have everything inside of you to achieve this goal. You have the actions, you have the resources, you have the commitment, you have the drive, you have everything you possibly need. And now that the vision is bigger than the fear, you've accessed how this feels, know that it's all possible. It's all there for you. And it's time now to go out there and achieve all that you desire to achieve. So just breathe that in. I know now that it's time to achieve all that I desire to achieve. And now we're just going to come back to the room by bringing the attention to our feet. So we might want to just move our feet. I want to wiggle our bum a little bit, stretch our fingers, take the hand down from the heart, stretch the body, come more back to hearing my voice. And in your own time, open your eyes and just focus on an object around you, maybe that you've not noticed in a while, and just focus a moment on that object as you allow you to come back into the here and now, knowing that you've just activated your future. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa. That was lovely.
How are we all feeling? Hey, everybody. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Paula. Would anybody like to share any experiences? Absolutely, Alicia. Yes, Gelly. Chilled and motivated. Thank you so much, Linda. Relaxed. Yeah, I'm totally relaxed now. I was proper hyper an hour ago. I was like Tigger an hour ago. Yeah. By all means, if anybody wants to share anything, you're more than welcome. We have 10 minutes left of this live recording. So if you do want to share anything, or you feel like you want to take yourself off mute, please do. If you don't, that's absolutely fine as well. There is no pressure. Felt like I'd come home. Absolutely, Paula. Yeah. That's what we want. Pleasure, Kate. Oh, I'm so glad, Carl. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Corin. Wow, thank you all so much. I will get this recorded, ladies and gents. I might put some soft music behind it as well. And once it's recorded, we'll get it sent out to everybody. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel's all the way in Australia. Where is everybody from, actually? Not fully where everyone's from. Yes, Corin. Yeah. UK, Sherry. South Yorkshire. I'm East Yorkshire. Ireland. Whereabouts in Ireland? I lived in Cork for 8 years. Whereabouts in Ireland are you? Tipperary. I did my stress management course at Tipperary College. Gosh. Scotland, Cambridgeshire, Dumfries, Scotland, a few from Scotland. Thank you all so much. Yeah, I'm in Hull. Hi, Corin. Is there anything you want to add, Ruby?
Sorry, I was just trying to find the unmute button. Yeah, so I was going to wait for you to finish questions. So when you're ready, when you've finished all your questions, then I'll do a mini CPD 60-second exercise with everyone.
Brilliant. It looks like there's no questions, I don't think. Last chance for questions, peeps.
No, it looks like
pleasure,
everyone really enjoyed it. You've got everyone in a Zen state now.
Everyone's like that. I'm all right.
Oh, brilliant. So thank you. Where can people get in touch with you, Lisa, if they want to find out more?
You can find me on my website. My website is lisamcmurtry.com, so it's nice and easy. It's my name. I have a website. I've got a Facebook group called Abundance Queen, which is for entrepreneurs, and it's more moving now towards coaches within there. Yeah, so lisamcmurtry.com. That's probably the best place because that's where everything is. Every other thing of what I do is within the website. You can find my Facebook profile, which is Lisa McMurtry again. I share a lot of valuable content on my profile. I use my profile to speak with my audience. So you'll tend to get a lot of value content on my profile as well, Lisa McMurtry. Yeah, that's where you'll find me. And then you'll see me hanging out with kids in the park.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I think everyone's really enjoyed the session. Some great things, especially around the masculine and feminine energy, because it can I know for me personally, I'll do the masculine and then I'll do the feminine, but I don't actually marry them. So that's a really big learning for me in today's session. So great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So let's wrap up then with a 60-second CPD exercise, as we always do. And the reason we do this now is because you'll go away and do everything else and you'll forget the key learnings quite often. Not necessarily everyone, but quite often that happens. So I will put on a timer, and what we'd love to do is ask you to share in the comments section, in the chat box, some of the key takeaways that you've got from today, and also get them on that log. If you haven't got a log, then just reply to one of our weekly bulletins and we can get one of those sent out to you. And yeah, so I will put on a timer, or you will hear it go off, and I will shut up for 1 minute. Shush. So thank you everyone for your interest. Thank you, Lisa, for a great session. Enjoy the rest of your day.